So, hi, good day, ma'am, and good day, classmates. So, I am now going to talk about a glance at selected Philippine political caricature in Alfred McCoy's Philippine Cartoons, Philippine Caricature of the American Era. So, what is caricature? It is a picture, description, or imitation of a person in which certain striking characteristics are exaggerated in order to create a comic or grotesque effect. So, ito yung nakikita natin sa mga newspaper na ini-imitate yung person, yung characteristic of the person na meron siyang mga deep meanings. Like, yung nakikita nga natin sa newspapers. Ito yung mga nakikita natin sa mga memes or mga logic pictures. Has a deep meaning. So, our first caricature is public pose is not a heredity. So, as you can see, the cartoon shows a politician from Tondo named Dr. Santos passing his crown to his brother-in-law, Dr. Barcelona. So, it is the Dr. Barcelona. So, a Filipino guy was trying to stop Santos, telling the latter to stop giving Barcelona the crown because it is not his to begin with. This is the Filipino guy. So, it means that Barcelona is not the person na karapat-dapat na pagpasahan nung crown or the one who can lead a certain place. Hindi siya yung karapat-dapat. So, the first caricature of Alfred McCoy is the public pose is not heredity crown. Which means, this cartoon shows a politician from Tondo named Dr. Santos passing his crown to his brother-in-law, Dr. Barcelona. So, ito yung si Dr. Santos, and he is passing the crown to Barcelona. So, a Filipino was trying to stop Santos, telling the latter to stop giving Barcelona the crown because it is not his to begin with. So, which means, hindi siya karapat-dapat na pasahan nung crown. Or, dito sa atin kasi, di ba, kumbaga, kung leader ka, dapat kamag-anak mo lang, gusto nyo, kamag-anak nyo lang rin yung papasahan nyo ng, kumbaga, posisyon nyo as a, may position sa government. Ganun yung, so yung ganun, which is mali siya. Let the people choose who is the righteous one to lead the community. Kung sino talaga yung karapat-dapat, and hindi yung, kumbaga, branded na kayo na not a good leader. Kumbaga, give chance to others naman na mag-lead kung ano ba yung mas magandang gagawin sa isang community. So, yun po. The second one is a war against the speculator. So, this is caricature. This one. So, dethroned by Fernando Omarsolo, a Filipino child who stole a skinny chicken because he had nothing to eat. The police officer was relentless pursuing the said child. So, a man wearing a salakot named Juan de la Cruz was grabbing the officer, telling him to leave the small-time packet and thieves and turn to the great thieves instead. So, it means that yung Filipino guy daw na hinihila niya yung pulis na huwag na yan yung hulihin mo kasi meron pang mas kawatan dyan, kumbaga, yung mga corrupt na mga politika na mas malaki pa yung kinukorrupt kesa dyan sa chicken na kinuha ng bata. Third one is colorum. Free Press published this commentary when fatal accidents involving colorum vehicles and taxis occurred often already. So, meron nga tayo nung time ni Marcos na anti-colorum kasi nga mas prone or mas often silang nagkakaroon ng accident. Yung mga illegal vehicles na hindi naka-register, walang license, ng mga illegal na mga gawain. So, ito yung kolorum na yung mga pulis is kumbaga binabayaran lang, ano na yung mga mga illegal na mga sasakyan. So yan na yung kolorum. Yun yung message ng image na yan. So the next one is cinema. This one. A blown-up officer was at the screen saying that couple are not allowed to neck and make love in the theater. So the two youngsters, this one, look horrified while older couple seem amused. This one. So it means na, 'di ba? Sa mga cinema is meron talagang bago panoorin yung movie is merong mga rated SPG, rated G, rated PG. So, yung mga couple is na-shock sila about doon. But the older couples is, kumbaga na, they are look happy. They are look happy what they've seen in the movie, in a cinema. So, yun na nga. Kumbaga, inaalaw yung mga ganun. Kumbaga, yung mga bata is na-shock. Next one is Uncle Sam riding a chariot. So, Uncle Sam riding a chariot pulled by Filipinos wearing school uniform. The Filipino boys were carrying American objects like baseball bats, whiskey, and boxing gloves. So, this is based on an event of 1907 when William Howard Taft was brought to the Manila Pier pulled by the students of Liceo de Manila. So, ito yung mga na-criticize ng mga nationalists nung time na ito, then they were criticized or minamaliit by the Americans nung time na ito. So, para silang mga diba, sunod-sunuran na naghihila ng tao. Para hindi naman sila kabayo, pero ganun yung nangyari. So, that's the meaning. So, the last one, caricature of McCoy, is El Torno Los Portidos. As you can see in the picture, in the picture, we can see Uncle Sam rationing porridge to the politicians and members of the Progresista Party, while member of Nacionalista Party look on what wait for their turn. So, para tayong sobrang patronizing natin, kumbaga tapagtangkilik natin sa mga Americans nung time na yun, or yung mga tawag dito, yung mga federal party o yung mga US platforms is nagiging sunod-sunuran na tayo sa kanila, para tayong mga aso na nag-aantay ng mga rasyon nila. Yan yung meaning ng picture na caricature na gawa ni McCoy sa last picture na ito. Yun. So, that is the caricature made by Alfred McCoy. And there is some examples. Other examples of caricature. So, as you can see here, it is the political caricature. Nagbo-vote buying. So, masaya yung tao kasi nga binayaran siya dun sa boto niya. So, ang equal nito, yung politician is yung yumayaman, nagiging buhaya sila sa pera, nagiging cost.
Hi everyone, I'm going to present my thoughts and ideas about the analysis of the political caricature during the American period. So first, let us define what is caricature. Caricature is a picture, description, or imitation of a person in which certain striking characteristics are exaggerated in order to create a comic or ridiculous effect, or it can be insulting or complimentary and can serve as political purpose or be drawn solely for entertainment. The transition from the Spanish colonial period to the American occupation period demonstrated different strands of changes and shifts in culture, society, and politics. So aside from this, during the American era, Americans introduced us, Filipinos, to different manifestations of modernity like like healthcare, modern transportation, and media. So the post-independence and the post-Filipino-American period in the Philippines were experienced differently by Filipinos coming from different classes. So ito na yung tinatawag nilang upper principalia classes. So nandito is ito na yung na-experience dito ng some of the Filipinos yung economic prosperity with the opening up of the Philippine economy to the United States. But majority ng mga Filipinos is majority ng mga poor Filipinos is na-remain silang poor, desperate, and victims of the state repression or yung in the arena of politics. So for example, 'di ba, tayong mga Pilipino is binabayaran tayo para sa democracy na minomodel after ng Americans. So, syempre, in the first place, at that time, yung mga Filipino politicians is hindi nila naiintindihan yung essence, institution, and process ng democracy. So, kaya nagagawa nila yung ganung bagay. So, syempre, yung patronage is isa sa mga namumuno sa isang community which is naging most influential and naging powerful din siya sa panahon na yun. Hindi lang sa mga tao pati sa patrons kundi pati sa mga bagong na compose nila na mga parties which is yung tinatawag na kinocompose ng elite and the United States na which is tinatawag nilang federalista and nationalista. So, syempre 'di ba, sa panahon dati the transition from a Catholic-centered Spanish-Filipino society to an Impero-American assimilated one and its complications were also depicted in the cartoon. So, one of these example is yung pagtaas ng mga motorized vehicles dito sa Pilipinas. So, yung automobiles is naging mode of transportation na siya dito sa Philippines, naging popular na siya. Kaya, since nung dumami yung mga vehicles dito sa Pilipinas is, syempre, maraming chances na meron na mga colorums, diba, and mga traffic violators. So, para hindi mabahala yung ating government is, nagpatupad sila ng batas para sa traffic violations and nag-issue rin sila ng mga driver's license para sa mga taong gumagamit ng sasakyan. And another example is yung tinatawag nating the sexual revolution by McCoy in 1930s. So, ito na yung mga young people, tayong mga kabataan, is na-engage tayo sa mga daring sexual activities na nangyayari sa mga public places like cinemas. And lastly, yung mga pinakita kong cartoons sa inyo kanina, yung example ng caricatures, also illustrated the conditions of poor Filipinos in the Philippines now governed by the United States. So, as sa nakikita nyo naman in our generations right now and yung before is parang wala lang ding changes, diba? Kasi from sa politika, diba? Yung sa ginagawa ng mga kabataan, diba? Mga sexual activities like that. So, parang wala lang din tayong pinagbago. So, yun lamang po. Hope may naiintindihan po kayo sa explanation ko. Thank you po.